In this video, I'm just going to do problem 106, number 22. I don't mean to have the word and piecewise up here. I changed my mind with what exactly this section would entail. This is just a practice of graphing a derivative from a given function. So this video will be focusing on number 22 from section 3.1. The next one I'm going to do is number 22, just the next one. We want to graph f prime from the graph of f, and I've already started a little bit. I do want to say that this one is a little more difficult, and that's why I'm going through it. We want to graph f prime, and we notice that the x values go from -5 to +5, and it tells us the y values span from -3 to 3, which we could have counted that, but if we take a look from, it looks like we don't even see what it doesn't really go that far. Really, we're looking from x values that are -3 to 3 is essentially all that we can see anyway. So I'm starting when x is -3. When x is -3, we're at the coordinate point -3, 0. And I drew the tangent line at that point. It's pretty steep and positive. Note that our graph is increasing here. So f prime, the value when x is -3, would be a positive number. I then sketched what two other points would be on that tangent line, and they would be -4, 4 and -2, 4. Now what we can do is, it looks like I have 3 points on that tangent line, which I do. I'll continue this in yellow here. I have 3 points on it. And we can just estimate the slope, or actually just count it. From this point to this point, we're rising 4 and running 1. We're rising 4 and running 1. And we're rising 8 and running 2. Our slope is 4 there, f prime. It's a large positive number. All right. Then next, I'm going to draw another tangent line when x is -2. So as we can see, when x is -2, we're right here. And our tangent line is horizontal. So that means the slope there is 0, f prime. So when x is -2, our f prime is 0. I'm writing this off to the side so I know coordinates to graph. Then when x is -1, we have this coordinate point here. And the tangent line has a negative slope, so our rate of change is negative here. Oops. There we go. And there's our tangent line, kind of poorly drawn, but again, we're estimating, so that's okay. We're just sketching. And it looks like here's another coordinate point. So it looks like we went down about 1, 2, 3 over 1. So f prime there is approximately -3. And then let's draw when x is 0. We'll draw another one. Do this one in green. So here's when x is 0. And I have 2 approximate points. I'm going to find the slope of this green tangent line here when x is 0, approximately the point 0, -1. Looks like we went down 2 and over 1, so that slope is -2, slightly less negative when x was 0. Then at x is 1, we hit a minimum, and our tangent line is horizontal, meaning the slope of it is 0. And then I'll do one more. We'll go back to yellow, and I'll hit this point when x is 2. We again have a pretty steep tangent line. And it's hard to see some points here, but it looks like we're hitting, about here. So it looks like from point to point, we rose 1, 2, 3, and over 1. So our slope is about a +3 when x is 2. All right, now I've inserted a blank coordinate graph, and this is where I'm going to plot f prime. So I'm just going to plot those points that I have written down in orange here. So -3, 4, then -2, 0, -1, -3, 0, -2, 1, 0, and 2, 3. It's pretty smooth. Pretty close to that. It should look like a parabola. And if we notice here, every time our graph hits a horizontal tangent here, right? When we have this maximum point and this minimum point here and with the horizontal tangent lines, that means the rate of change there is 0. And so that happened when x was -2 and when x was 1. Our f prime is 0. I'm going to label this as f prime, the graph. And then our slopes were positive. Our graph was increasing here until we hit x is 2. Look at all these positive y values here, the positive f prime values. Our slopes are again positive past x is 1. Over here, our graph is going up. Again, past when x is 1, we have positive f prime values above the x-axis. Then our rate of changes were all negative in between when x is -2 and x is 1. That's from here to here. Our graph is decreasing there. The rates of changes are negative below the x-axis.